Good day everyone, this is Alex Chu from IDEC. In today's tutorial, we are going to see how to remotely access any IDEC PLC or touchscreen that comes with Ethernet port over Internet connections, which means this remote access is not done within the intranet. That means there is no physical connection between your monitoring device as well as PLC or touchscreen directly over Ethernet cable. Since the hardware being used in this tutorial today is FC6A+, so we will have a chance to see, other than program download mode, upload monitoring, we also got a chance to see the web server access over the internet. To achieve this remote access over internet connections, we mainly making use a key feature inside the internet router, okay, which is called a virtual server. All right, let me give a very quick introduction, the setup I have to demonstrate this remote access to you guys. So I have an FC6A plus PLC with the port Ethernet port 1 of this PLC physically connected to an internet router. Okay, and in this internet router, it comes with the virtual server feature. All right, and this provide internet access to my FC6A plus. And on the other end, I have my monitoring device, I have my mobile, I have my laptop, okay, which is also having internet access through another mobile hotspot. Okay, right. So this is basically the setup I have for this tutorial. Since we are going to use the virtual server feature available in this internet router, I'm going to talk a little bit of the important setting and also the important IP address we need to take note when using this feature. All right, so first of all is the WAN address, okay, being assigned to this internet router. All right, just for example, if let's say this WAN IP address is easily available in the setting configuration page of this internet router. Okay, right. So under this WAN, you can easily see IP address being assigned to this device. Okay, this is actually the address of this device that can be seen over the internet connection. All right. So this IP address, it could be dynamic, which means every time when you do a power reset to your internet router, this WAN IP address could change. Okay, but doesn't matter. Just for this remote access demonstration, just to show you guys, as long as you know this WAN IP address, you will be able to access to the component that is being connected to this internet router. After we have recorded down the WAN IP address of this internet router, the next thing we need to do is do some configuration for this forwarding virtual server. All right, so different brand of router actually using different terms. For example, in my router, it use service port, it use internal port. Okay, so but in short, what I have already done these two configuration. Okay, I have pre-configured these two service port, and basically what each of them does is the first one. Let's talk about the first one first. Okay, so whenever I key in the WAN IP address /100 service port, okay, it means that this internet router is going to direct me to the FC6A plus Ethernet port number 1 IP address with the port number 80. Okay, so this is actually for me to allow me to access the web server of the FC6A plus PLC. Whereas the second configuration they have done is actually, as long as I key in the WAN IP address, okay, the service port number 2101. So this router is going to direct me to 192.168.0.5, which is the Ethernet port 1 IP address of FC6A plus, and the the maintenance port number, which is 2101. All right. So this thing will allow me to do program monitoring, program downloading, uploading. Okay, because the port number 2101 is the port that is doing the maintenance, which is the program upload, download, and monitoring. All right. So after we have already done the configuration in the internet router, we can start to write our very simple program and do a quick test how we can easily remotely access our FC6A plus PLC through internet access. So over here, I have already prepared a very simple program which consists of one line of ladder as well as a very simple web page. Okay. And separately, I have already downloaded this simple program together with this web page into the PLC. And right now, this PLC is connected to the internet router which has been configured with the setting that we have gone through just now. Okay, the forwarding virtual server. Okay, and we have already jotted down the WAN IP address. All right, so right now let us have a quick look how we can easily remotely access the web server, the web page stored in the PLC, okay, at a different location from the PLC. So right now my monitoring device, this laptop, okay, is actually in another location. Okay, let's launch the web browser on my monitoring device and then just key in the WAN IP address that we have recorded down just now. Okay, /100. Okay, right, it will immediately the router will immediately forward this IP address and port to the Ethernet port 1 IP address as well as the web server port of the PLC. Okay, just log in. Then we will be able to see the web page that we created just now. Okay, right, you can see that I can easily, effortlessly, remotely access the web page stored in the PLC, even though right now my monitoring device is located in another location, as long as I have the WAN IP address and I have done the forwarding virtual server setting in my internet router. Okay. So other than accessing this web page stored in the PLC, I can also do the program monitoring and also download. So to do program monitoring, before that I need to do a very quick setup, which is over here, the setup, okay, under Ethernet. All right, browse. Okay, let us create new, and in this IP address we have to key in the WAN IP address that we recorded just now. Okay. All right, let's key in. And then the port number, okay, should be the service port number we configured in the internet router, okay, which we have configured it as 2101. All right. Select this and then press OK. OK, and if you want to do monitoring, simply press monitor. So right, you can see that now we have already entered the monitoring mode. If let's say we would like to control the button that we have created in the web page, this start button is actually linked to this M0. Okay, you can see that we can easily remotely access the server as well as doing control remotely. Okay, how about program download? Program download is exactly the same thing. Since we have already done the setup under this communication setting with the correct WAN IP address, all right, we can simply click download. Okay, you can make sure this is selected, and that's it. All right, you can see that the download can be done remotely as well. All right, okay. It's pretty easy to achieve all this remotely monitoring, remotely program downloading, remotely accessing the web page stored in the PLC, as long as we have the WAN IP address, as well as we have configured the forwarding virtual server. Alright, that's all for this tutorial. Thank you for watching.